Hello there. I'm going to do something different this time. A couple of months ago, I worked on a project of building a gate from scratch in Sicily, and well, this is the video. I will tell you what I was doing, how I undertook this project, and how it turned out. I started by clearing the area, which was full of brushes, removing the old fence, which was more of a shepherd gate. Removed this one, trimmed the area so it could work. Then I started on digging the holes for the posts. These holes I later filled in with concrete, but I also dug another trench because there was a water cable or a water pipe running through. So now it could sit under the gate, and when you would drive through with a truck, you wouldn't damage it. Once I set the post, I put these long stretches of wood on there to make it like an even frame, so they would at all times be at an equal distance, both of them. Once the posts were set into place, I started mixing concrete. Once the concrete was mixed, I poured it, and then I made sure to give it some nice level finish. Later I would fill these holes with dirt again, so they would be set in concrete, but the concrete wouldn't be visible. This is what the owner wanted. I then continued on constructing the gates. Then I cut the boards to length and started assembling them. I made two, then later put reinforcements, put on the hinges, and because there was a slight height difference in the way I constructed it, I glued on these wooden pieces that also secured with one screw, so I could mount the hinges so it would sit flush. It would be easier to mount. After that, it was just moving them to the final location. That was up the hill a little bit, and from there I just installed the hinges. Used a little block so it would be easier to lift because I was doing this by myself. Installing the hinges, then I put another board on top, so like a nice edge, and then I painted everything so the wood would be protected from the elements, and that was basically it. There was also this segment where I couldn't get it at a 90-degree angle. Kept measuring using the 3-4-5 rule, but it didn't make sense. So I had to do this all over again. You can see how I'm struggling to get it right, because every time I measured, doesn't make sense. In the end I got it right though, and luckily there were only two doors, and yeah, worked out in the end.